Peace and welcome to all of my beautiful crown heads. I'm going to ask you guys to please take this time out right now to like the video, share the video, subscribe, and most importantly, hit that notification bell. That way you guys are notified when we go live in the future. Thank you, Man Friday, for showing love already. I appreciate that. You know, on this platform, we have conversations that can be a little uncomfortable. We have conversations where if you're not secure, your panties can get in a bunch. Your boxers can get in a bunch, but it's all for the greater good. I know many women, they don't like me too much, but I feel that if you guys paid a little bit more attention to what I had to say, y'all be a lot better off. Especially as far as your relationships are concerned. Tonight is going to be one of those nights where it's going to get uncomfortable. And ladies, you may not like me after this conversation. You may not like what I have to say, but it needs to be said. And I'm going to say it because no other woman is really saying it. Just to be completely honest. Not in a no-nonsense way. Now, tonight we're going to be talking about security. What I have noticed is there's a lot of demands. There's a lot of entitlement as it pertains to relationships with a lot of women. And it's like, okay, sis, I feel you. However, we sleep on the fact that there's work for you to be done. It's work that needs to be done on your end. A relationship where you're looking for a man that is going to provide for you, protect you, take care of you, give you a lifestyle that you desire and that you feel like you deserve. That requires you, ma'am, to be submissive. There is no independent, I don't need a man attitude in relationships. There is no independent, I'm a boss bitch attitude when it comes to you wanting a man to take care of you. There is no entitlement. Sis, this is not a damn charity. See, I always hear about the demands, the requirements, the stipulations as far as what a man is supposed to do for a woman. But sis, this is the catch to that. You have to serve. You have to be of service. You have a role. You have a position. It is not a free ride. There is work to be done on your end. A lot of you guys do not want to hear that aspect. You do not want to hear that element. 165 of us, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Somebody needs to hear this conversation. And see, women, this is why a lot of men, oh, Y'all gonna really, ooh, I can hear the pick me already, all in the comments. This is why a lot of men don't want to marry you. Yeah, I said it, damn it. This is why a lot of men don't desire marriage. It's like, what the hell do I get in return? Pussy? Meh. I can get that anyway. What makes a man want to tie you down and say, you know what, I'm gonna stake my claim on this for life. I'm gonna take care of her. I'm gonna provide for her. I'm gonna protect her. I'm gonna give her all that she needs, all that she desires. You have to be of service to make a man want to do that, sis. You gotta be more than just pretty. You gotta be more than just pretty and pussy. That comes a dime a dozen. That's all around. And a lot of us don't understand. Well, I don't get it. I don't get why these men don't want to get married. That's the problem. These men don't want to get married no more. Why should they? See, back in the day, there was motive for marriage. There's no motive for marriage anymore. A man at least had to work for the pussy back in the day. Y'all give that away for free anyway. That's been ran through anyway. I'm sorry, y'all. Don't at me. So again, what is he getting in return? I'm not knocking it. I'm not knocking the whole hypergamous movement. I'm not knocking a man providing and protecting you. I'm not knocking you wanting to live a lavish lifestyle and be, just spoiled. And I'm not knocking any of that. But what I am knocking is that entitlement, that boss chick behavior, that independent mentality. That has to be dropped. You have to become of service to that man if you're wanting access to that man in that way. That is not free. Like I said, back in the day, men had a little bit more motivation to get married because at least, hell, I can bet on that vagina just being for me. I can bet on that woman, not having been ran through. I can bet on that woman being of service. I can bet on that woman being submissive. I can bet on that woman rearing the children, taking care of the household, cooking, cleaning. It was perks back in the day. There's no perks anymore. Not like it should be. Why? Because a lot of us women nowadays are entitled. Just being real. A lot of the women these days feel like the world should be handed to them without them having to do anything of substance or value in return. Security and stability requires you, miss, to be submissive. $225 of us. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Somebody needs to hear this conversation. And again, thank you, Man Friday, for your donation. She says, peace to Danica and the chat. I appreciate you. Yeah, say facts 100. It's ladies, I understand that a lot of you desire to be settled down. A lot of you guys desire to be married. You desire commitment and to be taken care of, and all of these great things that a woman should have those things. But a man should have a woman that is worth giving those things to. It's levels to it, sis. Baby, it's levels to it. Nothing is free. And I'm sorry, pussy ain't gonna pay. It's not. Pussy and pretty is not going to pay. Everybody has that. That's typical. Oh, well, everybody don't look like me though. I mean, my body's banging. I'm this, I'm that. All right, I'll give you that. But your attitude is effed up. So that diminishes the pretty. Yeah, but you have this mindset of I don't need a man. I'm independent. I can do it by myself. So again, that diminishes the value of the pretty. It makes you ugly in essence. Again, that just makes you worthy of this dick. Not of being the pick. 255 of us. Thank you. Yes, do what Sean said. Keep hitting that like button. Like, share, comment, and subscribe, you guys. You guys help us out a lot, especially because YouTube has been hiding our videos. And, so help us out. Like the video, share the video, subscribe. You never know who you could help with these conversations. I know it is uncomfortable. Like Clarence said, it's a lot of bad bitches out here. It's a bad bitch movement. But when you peel back the layers, all it is a basic bitch movement. See, a lot of us women feel like we being bad and bossy, but really you just being basic. Basic as hell. No, you're not getting chose. You're getting chose by what? What kind of men are choosing you? Let's be real. You're not getting chose. You're getting your back blown out and sent back out. But a lot of us don't want that. We don't desire that. We want real substance. We want real men. We desire to be married. We desire to be settled down. And sis, you deserve that. But things have to be changed first. It is not something that is automatically granted to you. I'm sorry. It's not. I know what the women are out here telling you. They're telling you, sis, you deserve for a man to do this for you and take care of you and do this and do that. But they're not telling you your role. You have a role, sis. Your role is to be submissive to that man, to serve that man, to listen to him, to love him, to honor him, to respect him. Otherwise, what is the perk? You have to have perks besides pussy and pretty. You have to. You have to set yourself apart. And a lot of us, we don't want to, or a lot of us fake it. We fake it until we make it. And then we wonder why our relationships fail. It cannot be faked. Ladies, listen up. 295 of us. Like, share, comment, and subscribe, you guys. I appreciate it. Ladies, listen up. You cannot fake it. You cannot fake submission. You cannot fake being of service. You cannot fake being a caring, loving woman. It has to be genuine. I say the same thing to the fellas. When it comes to being a man, you have to be really solid on your square, have a purpose, and genuinely be on your purpose. Don't do it so that you can get in a position, but do it because it's genuinely something that you need to do so that you can continue to grow, evolve, and excel. What a lot of women do is we fake it. We pretend to be these great women. Oh, yeah, I'm submissive. Hey, baby, I'm cooking, I'm cleaning. I'm giving you all the good sex that you need. I'm listening to you, being of servants to you. I'm doing all of these great things until you get that ring and then slacks off and then you fall off and now you out of shape and now you got a bad attitude and now you don't want to listen. Now you lazy. Now you don't want to do anything. And then you wonder why that man don't want to be with you anymore. Then you wonder why that man is cheating on you and creeping on you. And again, I don't give any excuse for cheating and creeping. I just feel like, you should work through it, see what the problem is, and if it cannot be resolved, you leave. But this does happen. And I'm not going to pretend like it doesn't. I see it. We start slacking once we get what we want. And then it's like, oh, I got the ring now. I got the baby now. I got the money now. I got the last name now. And now you want to stop. That's the problem. No man is going to really take you seriously. Thank you, Javi, for your donation. He says being vulnerable is powerful. Ain't it though? Thank you, Marcus, for your donation. He says they're going to learn today. I hope so. 312 of us. Like, share, comment, and subscribe, you guys. I appreciate you so much. You guys help us out so much. Thank you, Louis V. He says that carnal basic man in me couldn't hit just about anything, or could hit just about anything. We are all like that. But when I meet a keeper, woo, be a keeper. And that's the thing that a lot of women don't understand as well. Your value is not in how many men want to have sex with you or what kind of men have sex with you. It's what kind of man is settling down with you. All men desire sex. Like, if you're pretty and the pussy is available, he's probably going to penetrate. Peep that alliteration. Oh, God. You know? So that's easy. It's easy to be a pretty woman, you know, and have great sex, but you have to set yourself apart. That doesn't make you a keeper. That just makes you somebody to do. And where a lot of us fail and go wrong at is we start to place all of our stock between our legs. We place all of our stock in how we look. And then that man becomes bored with us and he sees that we really don't have real value outside of the bedroom, outside of being something good to look at and something good to do. So, in essence, he doesn't see the real reason of marrying you. He doesn't see the real reason of settling down with you. Why should I? What's the perk to you? And a lot of us would just say, well, I got good vagina and I look good. Basic bitch shit. Excuse my language. You're not being a boss chick. You're not being a bad chick. You're being a basic chick. And you're wondering why you're getting passed up. And see, this is the catch as well. A lot of us women, and I'm sorry, queens, not all of us, but a lot of us, we want to do just enough to get to the end goal, which is maybe marriage, so that we can have access to this man's lifestyle or his money or whatever the case is. And then we stop, and we have to stop doing that. Because really, and this is just being real, you guys, a lot of us don't really want to be married. We just want the status of it. We like the look of it. We like the way it sounds. I'm married. But the reality of it is you don't like it. You don't really like to be in a marriage. A lot of us don't desire commitment like that. Only in regards to us. We want a man to be devoted to us and splurge on us and take care of us. But we want to be single within our relationships. We want to be able to do what the hell we want to do within our relationships. You know, and I don't think that that's right and exact. And again, ladies, this is why a lot of us fall short within our marriage, within our relationships. And as quiet as kept, this is why a lot of us don't even make it down the aisle. It's like, yeah, you want me to do all of these things to you or for you, but when it comes to me, I don't see it. I don't see what would make me as a man want to give my life to you, give my money to you, give my luxuriousness to you. I don't see it. What makes me want to commit to you and only you for the rest of my life? I don't see that. We want weddings, but we don't really want to be wives. We want rings, but we don't really want to be devoted. Not like we really should. $340 of us. Thank you guys. I've noticed that a lot. I've really noticed that a lot of the relationships with women, especially marriage, as it pertains to marriage, it's the edge of it. It's the look of it. But the reality of it is, we don't want to really deal with that. We don't want to do what it takes to be quality wives, to be quality people to be with. Oh, I just wanted the reception. I just wanted the wedding. But you don't want to do the work to maintain the marriage. A lot of us are backwards in that way, very surface level in that way. And so once the marriage is not the marriage, but once the wedding is over and the celebration is over, so is the front, so is the facade. Now we're back to being these basic chicks that we were before. Because we feel like, well, I got what I wanted. Yeah, but now he doesn't have what he signed up for. He signed up to be in a relationship, in a marriage with a woman that was submissive, that listened to him, that was loving, that was nurturing, that was caring, that was of service. And a lot of y'all be like, oh my God, Danica, this is why I can't get with you. You be on that pick me stuff. Ladies, I know y'all don't want to hear this. I know this may come off to be very oh my God, very off-putting. Very off-putting. But when it comes to you wanting a man that is going to provide for you, protect you, respect you, love you, give you that guidance that you need, take care of you, treat you like a queen, you're going to, in return, have to play your position as that man's, I don't want to even say this word, but you have to be a servant to your man. You have to be a servant to your king. You have to be a servant to your husband. And that does not mean that you are less than him. It does not mean that you are beneath him. It does not mean that you are a peasant. It does not mean that you are a maid or a slave. But that is your position. If you're requiring a man to be a provider and a protector, you have to be that man's servant. Not in a slave type of manner, but you must serve him. It's the way. It is the way of the land, okay? It is the trade-off. I know that's uncomfortable. I know that is off-putting. It doesn't sound good. It doesn't sound sexy, does it? But that is the way of the land. But the reason why that sounds very unsexy to a lot of women is because we are used to dealing with low budget, low quality, no good, simp, basic ass men. And when you're used to dealing with those types of men, and you put yourself in the mind frame of having to submit to a man, your mind automatically goes into those low vibrational types of characters that you're used to choosing, that you're used to being in relationships with. So it doesn't sound good. But when you put it in the context that it's supposed to be in, which is you being of service to a quality man that is providing for you, that is taking care of you, that is leading you in the right direction, you will then know and understand that that is the rightful way. Thank you, Antonio, for your donation. He says, please make this topic a series. 350 of us. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe, you guys. I appreciate you. You know what? It needs to be. And again, we talk about it in my book. Submission is not the enemy. A key factor to a healthy relationship. But see, a lot of us women, we choose wrong as well. We choose the wrong men to be submissive towards. We choose the wrong men to give the box to. We choose the wrong men to be in relationships with in general. So off top, it's like, hell no, I'm not submitting. Well, that's because you're not used to dealing with a quality man anyway. But if you're used to dealing with quality men, you will be like, sign me up. Sign me up. I'll be your servant. What you need from me? Because again, that man is taking care of you. So you got to take care of him. But unfortunately, I'm hearing women be so damn unrealistic and entitled these days, to the point where it's like you can have a good quality man and you still feel like, excuse me, he should be doing everything for you and you do little to nothing for him in return. I'm hearing that message being widespread. Nobody's talking about the other aspect, the other layer to this conversation as far as wanting a man that's going to take care of you, spoil you, be your provider and your protector. They're not telling you, girl, you're going to have to submit to that man. You better not talk back to him. You better be listening to him. You better be being of service to him. You better be that man's servant. That is how you become in that position of a wife. That is how you are able to gain that type of man in the first place. Other than that, he doesn't even see you. Because again, it's like, what is this? What is the exchange? Ladies, a lot of women are telling you guys the wrong information. And this is why a lot of you guys are having a very difficult time finding what you're looking for. What you're looking for, ma'am, requires you to be a servant. What you're looking for, ma'am, requires you to be submissive. If you're looking for stability and security, sis, you have to play a role for that. That does not come free. It doesn't. F what you heard, sis. That is not reality. You will be passed up by the type of men that can provide you with the type of lifestyle that you're looking for every time, because you, ma'am, are not what he's looking for. It's levels to this. It's levels to this, you guys. Fellas, I see what you guys are dealing with. Ladies, I see what we are dealing with. Don't get it twisted. But what I'm trying to do is put you guys up on game so that we can do better as far as choosing better. See, we say we want one thing, but then we feel like we don't have to do anything in return to get that thing. Or we say we want one thing, but then we go after the complete opposite that cannot provide us with that thing that we say that we want. It's backwards as hell. But fellas, I see you. I hear you. It's like, well, I don't see the reason why. Why should I get married? Why should I settle down? You know, these women, they're all gold diggers. They're all users. They're all lazy. They're all selfish and entitled. And it's not all of us, fellas. I want you guys to understand that. It's not all of us. But I do understand that it is a lot of us. And it's never going to get better, though, ladies, until we do better. 375 of us. Thank you. Thank you, Dimitri, for your donation. Thank you, Christopher, for your donation. He says, thank you, Danica, for representing of what a relationship should be and its purpose. I am happy single man, doing well for myself, and any woman comes into my life, I want her to be a compliment to my life, not a liability. Ladies, y'all don't understand that. A lot of us are fucking liabilities. We are bills. We are headaches. We are not compliments. We're trying to compete. We're not trying to be of service. We're not trying to add value. We're trying to just take and absorb. And then once that man is used up, we want to discard of him. But then we be the first ones to talk about how men ain't shit. A lot of us ain't shit. Not all of us, but a lot of us ain't shit, sis. 380 of us. Thank you, guys. I'm sorry. Thank you, Humble Hut. She says everybody's feelings matter, even his. If you're not spiritual and equally compatible, keep it moving. And see, we live in a day and age now to where it's like, I don't even care about your feelings. It's all about my feelings and what you can do for me. A lot of us women, I'm sorry, we possess that mentality. We do. We have been so warped into believing that just because we are a woman, certain things should be automatically granted to us. And that is not actual fact. That is not life. That is not realistic. That is not reality. And ladies, this is why men have a hard time wanting to settle down, wanting to get married. They don't see the benefit of it. Let's just be real, you guys. A lot of us don't have anything to really offer. And the things that we need to be offering is off limits. I'm not being submissive. I'm not listening. I'm not being no servant. I ain't doing none of that. He just better be lucky and happy that he's with me. Sis, being with you, he might as well be by his damn self. Is the problem. See, a lot of us are just human life-size blow-up dolls. That's it. And what makes it even worse is at least a blow-up doll is going to shut up. At least a blow-up doll ain't going to give you no attitude. Y'all make a lot of men just be like, you know what, fuck it. My hand and some lotion will do. I'm going to go ahead and buy me one of them $2,000 live flesh blow-up dolls, sex dolls, and I'm going to call it a day. Because, at least I can come home to some peace. A lot of us women don't even want to give a man some peace. Y'all laughing, I'm dead serious. I see it. And again, not all of us ladies. I hope y'all understand I'm not talking about all of us, but it's a good majority of us. Oh my God. We have terrible attitudes. Very entitled. Don't have anything of real value and substance to offer anybody, let alone a man, let alone a husband. Why would he want to be your husband? A lot of us feel like we're better than men. The man needs to be bowing down to us. I got my own money. I can do it by myself. Cool, sis. Then do that. Do it by yourself. Remember that. You said that, right? That is the mentality and the attitude of a lot of men, because that is your mentality and your attitude towards a lot of men. I don't need you. I'm a boss chick. I'm independent. I don't need to do all of this. You need to be doing this for me, but I'm not doing nothing in return for you. It's just a privilege for me to be here, nigga. All right, well, since you have that attitude, again, I'm going to go ahead and exit. A lot of men have this mentality of, I can do this by myself and be happier. Hell, I'll you know what? I'm gonna learn how to cook for myself, clean for myself, listen to myself. You know, I'll serve my damn self. If you ain't gonna do it, again, no perk, no benefit. A lot of us complain, well, you know, what happened to the old school men? What happened to the old school women? Oh, you're not even an old-fashioned woman, but you want an old-fashioned relationship, old-fashioned man, old-fashioned marriage? Bitch, where? How? Thank you, the Bird God, for your donation. I appreciate you. Thank you, Whiskey, for becoming a Crown Head channel member. I appreciate it. Thank you, Pie, for your donation. Thank you, Dan, for your donation. See, 420 of us. Thank you, guys. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. See, a lot of us women, we have all of these demands with no commands for ourselves. Nothing on our nothing, no responsibility for ourselves. No accountability for ourselves, just all requirements. That is not life. Ain't no old school. My grandma, my grandpa, they was married forever. They was happy. Your grandma, she was submissive. Your grandmother, she was respectful to that man. Your grandmother took care of that man. Your grandmother didn't have a bad attitude. Your grandmother wasn't out here talking about, I'm independent, I don't need no man, I can do it by myself. So in return, your grandfather treated that woman with a certain kind of respect and class and decency that a lot of you women today are not deserving of, because you don't act like your grandmother. Thank you, Aaron, for your donation. See, we want a whole lot of old school this and old school that, but meanwhile, we're trying to be new aged. The new age independent feminist. No, sis, we don't need you to be a feminist. We need you to be feminine. It's a difference. No man wants to deal with you. But you want him to cash out on you and take care of you and splurge on you and spoil you. How? Why? Like I said, back in the day, those women, they had perks to them. It was a real reason for that type of treatment. She deserved that. She was raising my children properly. She was respecting me. She was listening to me. She was cooking for me. And I'm talking about home cooked meals from scratch, baby. She was cleaning the house. It was no friction. It was no back and forth. It was no competition. It was no, I don't need you. That was non-existent. And if it did happen, it was on very rare occasion. This is that new age BS that a lot of us are dealing with. Sis, if you want security, if you want to be spoiled, if you want stability, if you want a provider, if you want a protector, sis, you're going to have to what? Submit. The book is listed down in the description box below. Submission is not the enemy. It is not the enemy, sis. It is the recipe. It is the recipe, sis. Submission is not the enemy. It is the recipe for a beautiful union. It is the recipe for a provider male. It is the recipe for a masculine male, for a protector. for a leader, for a king. Thank you, Raphael, for your donation. He says, pleasantly surprised. Great analysis. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. We have to do better, you guys. 445 of us. Thank you. Jared says, across all platforms, you're the only woman I see putting it down consistently. Salute. Thank you. You know, it's plenty of women out here, you guys. Don't get it twisted. It's plenty of women out here who have my same sentiment. You know, they're just not maybe as seen as me or whatever the case is, but they're out here. They are. You know, it's just a lot of them get overshadowed by the women that have the wrong message because their voices are the loudest, because the women resonate with their message more. What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is this, you guys. While there are plenty of women out here who possess the same mentality that I have as far as a woman being submissive, a woman listening, you know, the man being the leader, the man being the provider, the protector, you know, the woman being of assistance, the woman being the servant. And I know, again, ladies, that sounds very off-putting and nasty, but it's the righteous way. For a righteous man, for a righteous union, that is your position. I'm sorry. And so, although there's plenty of women out here who have that sentiment that I have, a lot more women resonate with the sentiment of, I'm a boss bitch. I don't need a man. And if I do have a man, he serves me. And if I do have a man, he worships and bows down to me. It is a privilege for him to be with me. I don't have to give him anything. I don't have to do anything. It's just a privilege because I am who I am. I look the way I look. I fuck the way I fuck. That is their sentiment. And that message is a lot more widespread and louder. And like I said, a lot more women resonate with that because that message strokes the ego. But ladies, having your ego stroked will have you striked out. Because the type of relationships that you're seeking, they're not seeking you, sis. 475 of us. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate it. 400 likes, you guys help us out. I appreciate it. Y'all see what YouTube doing to us, hiding our content, demonetizing and shit. And so a lot of women don't recognize that it does not go both ways. It does not go both ways. You cannot have all of your cake and eat it too. You cannot have all the cake without providing some ice cream to that man, or some sprinkles to that man, or a cherry on top for that man. Something. It can't just be you reaping all of the benefits. We don't understand that to acquire that type of man and that type of relationship, to get a marriage, you have to learn your position and play that motherfucker to the T. Period, point blank. It is no, I want this, but I'm not doing that. It is not that. It has to be, I want this, therefore I'm going to do this. Cannot be one way. It can't. And I know what they're telling you, but I'm telling you, sis, that's wrong. Nothing wrong with you wanting that type of man. You know, a lot of women have it misconstrued and they feel like I'm against a man taking care of you. I am not. My husband takes very good care of me. Very good care of me. All right. He runs his own business. He has his own gym and all these great things going for himself. He's the provider male. He's a protector. He's a teacher. He's a great leader. Phenomenal man. I am very fortunate to have him. Very much so. But there was a role. There was a position for that position to be filled by me. That doesn't just come. You don't just get that type of man without being a certain type of woman. So I'm not against a man taking care of you and spoiling you, being the provider, and you stay at home and you be pretty and all of that, and you do what you. I'm not against that, honey, at all. But like I said, I am against you feeling like in order to reap those benefits, you don't have to put out something. You don't have to give some benefits. What are the perks to you in order to obtain that type of man, obtain that type of lifestyle? No man wants a lazy woman. No man wants an entitled woman, sis. No man wants a pretty bill, a pretty liability. They don't. They don't. And like I said, for a lot of us women, it is just, it's about the image of it. It's the status of it. We want husbands, but we don't want to do what it takes to keep a husband. We want to be married, but we don't want to do what it requires to be married, to stay married. We want to be wives, but we don't want to play our wifely position and have our wifely duties. We don't want to do that, sis. That is not life. It is not life, you guys. Giorgio said, y'all definitely going to want to subscribe to Nika because these past few live streams have been life-changing. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, like Terenzo said, 100, 100. Not no 50-50. 100. Shit. She's fulfilling 100% of her duties as a woman, and you're fulfilling 100% of your duties as a man. And we come together, and oh my God, we solid. We have the most solid foundation. OMG. Thanks again, Man Friday. He says, Anika, I have a question. Do people in your neighborhood recognize you and show you love? I get stopped when I'm out. Yeah, I do. I think that's beautiful and dope. Sometimes, though, I don't want to be recognized, so I try to look like real raggedy, and I put on like a hat. They still be like, are you that girl from YouTube? I love your channel. I love you. Yeah, but we have to understand that in order for us to truly build like we need to build and obtain what we want to obtain, it requires work. Fellas, don't get with a woman if she's not serving you. Don't get with a woman if she's not listening to you. Y'all really gonna hate this, ladies. In order to get that type of man, you have to obey that type of man. Oh, you better be obedient. I know that sounds bad, sis. Y'all don't like it. It's like, oh my God, what kind of misogynistic BS is this? No. Because again, ladies, this is what I don't understand. It is somehow toxic for you to be obedient to a man, for you to listen to a man, for you to nurture a man, to you to cater to a man, for you to love a man, respect a man, and all these, that's just blasphemous to you. But when it comes to you, that's okay. How does that work? if let's just really put this in perspective, you guys. Let's turn the tables. Let's say as a woman, we're supposed to propose to men. We're supposed to be the providers. We're supposed to be the protectors. We're supposed to be the ones who provide a lifestyle and, take care of a man. Let's say that's our duty. As women, that was our position. Let's flip the script. Let's put this into perspective. Let's say that was what was required of us as women. Wouldn't we therefore look for the best quality, the best candidate, in order to give those qualities to? Would we not then say, hold up, if I'm supposed to be taking care of this motherfucker, I'm going to need him to do this for me. I'm going to need him to do that for me. What if a man said, hell no, I ain't doing all of that? That's some bogus bullshit. Hell no, I got this dick though. I'm fine though. I'm sexy though. I got these muscles though. Would that then be enough for you? Let's really think about it. Let's really think about this. If you were required to take care of a man and marry a man, that is now on you to scope a candidate, a worthy man to marry and take care of him, provide, protect, nurture, respect, lead. And then that man came back to you and was like, well, I'm not cooking for you. I'm not cleaning up after you. I ain't your slave. I ain't your servant. I ain't got to listen to you. I ain't got to obey you. So not only did you have to, go out of your way to marry him and take care of him, but now you got to come home to a bad attitude. Now you got to come home to competition. Now you got to come home to no meal. Now you got to come home to a nasty house, unruly children, and do all of that. And ladies, this is the catch to this. And when that man gets tired of you and he don't want to be with you anymore, he can divorce you and take half of what the hell you got. A lot of us be like, oh, hell no. Shit, I'm going to make sure that if I'm going to do all of this, this man better be doing this, and this for me. Damn it. See, it makes you put a lot more into perspective now, doesn't it? It makes you, think about what you are doing. What are you doing in essence for that man? Are you acting like that man that's just like, well, I just got this dick though. I got this good dick. I look good. A lot of us are him. A lot of us are those bum ass leech type of males that we don't like. But yet we want somebody to wife us and marry us and settle down to us and give us all of their money. Spoil us, fly us out, give us this luxurious lifestyle. But all we got is good vagina and pretty. And as quiet as kept, a lot of us have mediocre vagina and are very below average looking women. So a lot of us, in essence, a lot of us don't have anything to offer a man. We don't even have the bare minimum. It's all about, I just hope that as a woman, because I'm a woman, he takes care of me. That's it. I don't have anything else. No, I don't cook. Hell no. I don't even know how to cook. I don't clean. Hell no. And I'm definitely not cleaning up after no grown ass man. Work out. Soldier boy voice. Work out. I ain't gotta work out. I ain't gotta make sure I'm fit. I ain't gotta respect no nigga. I ain't gotta listen to no man. A lot of us are all of that. And on top of that, we got basic vagina. And we look basic as hell. So we can't even say we have those things. So it's really like, girl, what the hell you think this is? Let's say this before we get up off of here. When it comes to building solid relationships, when it comes to you wanting a certain type of relationship, a marriage, a certain type of man, that's going to require you to be a certain type of woman. You need to be submitting to that man. You need to be listening to that man, nurturing that man, being understanding of that man, cooking, cleaning, great sex. You need to look good, smell good, be a good human being to be around. If you want security, if you want stability, that requires submission. That requires you to be of service. You're going to have to be a servant, ladies. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And that is not to make it seem like you are beneath a man or anything like that. But let's think about it. If this man is taking care of you, isn't he being a servant to you? Isn't he being of service towards you and for you? Is he not a lot of y'all are looking for sponsors. Y'all not looking for a spouse. You're looking for a sponsor. And that's ass backwards. I'm sorry. But anyway, this man is being of servants or of service to you. This man is taking care of you, providing you with the lifestyle, with money, with stability, security. He's doing that for you. So how do you not feel like you should be reciprocated outside of sex and outside of looks? You need to be obeyed. You need to be obeying that man, being of service to that man. Not a liability, not a headache, not a competitor. And that's what a lot of us do. And we set ourselves up to be passed up. Nothing wrong with you wanting that, ladies. Never going to tell you it's something wrong with you wanting a provider male. You wanting a certain lifestyle. You wanting to be taken care of. You wanting to have, a very comfortable life. Nothing wrong with that. You want to be pampered and spoiled. Girl, go do it, sis. Go do it, sis. Like I said, my husband takes very good care of me. I'm very grateful for him. He's the one who set me up in a position to where I'm able to do, for self, I'm able to contribute and add more value. He put me in a position so that I can be comfortable, so that I don't have to deal with too much. But that required me to be a servant. That required me to be submissive. That required me to listen and trust his guidance, trust his judgment, not challenge him, not disrespect him. That required me to be a woman, a feminine woman. I get rah-rah with y'all, but when it comes to my husband, that shit is dead. I'm like this to get my point across with you. When it comes to my husband, What do you need, baby? How can I be of service to you? Because you are of service to me. You are taking care of me. So how can I take care of you so that you can continue to take care of me? If you're not happy, I'm not going to be happy because you're not going to treat me in the way, or you're not going to be able to do for me in the way that you need to do. So I got to take care of that. If you're stressed out, that's going to stress me out because you're not happy. You're not at peace. I need to be your peace. I need to make it better. Whatever you're going through, I need to handle that as best as I can. As your wife, I need to make sure that's resolved. Period. Period, you guys. You're sexually frustrated, I'm taking care of that. You're hungry, I'm taking care of that. You're irritated, I'm taking care of that. Even if that requires me to leave you alone, even if that requires me to shut the hell up. Sometimes, ladies, our men just need us to just shut the hell up and just go in the corner somewhere and read a book and let him, meditate and do what he needs to do. A lot of women don't even know how to do that. We don't even know how to shut up. That's also a part of submission, is being able to understand it's a time and a place. Sometimes that time calls for you to shut the hell up. Sometimes that time comes to where you just need to play your position and just bow down. And not in a bad way, not in a dictator type of way, not in a toxic way to where this man is disrespecting you, but in a way that is of service. That's in a way that is of you being a catering woman, a nurturing woman. This is just what it is. And a lot of us don't want to hear that. We feel like we have to always bark and be the loudest in the room and be the most demanding. Sometimes it just requires you to fall back, sis. Sometimes he doesn't need you at all. He just needs his space. He just needs his time to himself. Or he just needs you to listen. Just shut up and listen. No need for you to try to give feedback and critique this. And no, sometimes you just need to shut the hell up and listen to your man. A lot of us cannot even do that. But then we want man to give us everything. And you can't even do things as simple as just shutting up. You can't even do things as basic as just falling back and letting a man be a damn man. Too many of us want to be the man. You're not a man, sis. You can't want a man to be a man. Meanwhile, you're trying to play the position as a man. It doesn't work like that. 507 of us in the building. Thank you, guys. Wilson says, I'm going to buy your book, then slap all my BMs in the face with it with a laughing face. Y'all need this book. Submission is not the enemy. Listen down in the description box below. It is not the enemy. I'm telling you, it is the recipe for longevity, for healthy relationships, for solid foundations, for balance, for love. Like, oh my gosh. Ladies, if you want these things, nothing wrong with it, but understand you're going to have to play a position of a submissive woman, of a servant, of being of service. You're not the head of the house, sis. How can you be the head of a house, but then you want somebody to take care of you? That's a paradox. That doesn't work. Like, you can't want to be independent. I don't need a man, but then want a man to come through and take care of you. It doesn't work like that. You have to understand that it's just oxymoronic. It doesn't make sense. So if you want that type of man, if you want that type of lifestyle, you need to be what? Submissive. You have to be what? Submissive, feminine, nurturing, obedient. Oh, I know y'all hate that word. Obedient. I'm not no damn puppy. I'm not no damn dog. But you are a damn wife. Right? At least you're trying to be, right? You are somebody's queen. You do know that queens come after the king. You do know that the king is the head of the castle. He's the head of the kingdom. You do know that, right? Right? You do know that you are behind the king. You are of service to the king. You are the assistant to the king. You do know, that? Because I don't think that a lot of you do. A lot of y'all feel like you just the queen. Well, in order to be the queen, you have to have a king to make you a queen. And in order to be a queen, the king has to be in a certain position. Doesn't mean that you're not powerful. It just means that you need to be of service to that king, because he's the one that is in power. For real, for real. Because again, he's the one who's keeping everything afloat. And again, if he's not, I don't know why you're with him anyway, sis. Ooh. See, a lot of women, let's say this before we get up off of here, because this is very important. A lot of women will say, I'm not submitting to no man. I'm not doing this for no man. I ain't doing that for him. But, big but. What we're failing to realize is that the reason why we feel that way is because we are choosing poor quality men to be submissive towards. So no, you shouldn't. You shouldn't be submitting to him. Sis, you shouldn't even be with him in the first place. If you are a woman and you feel like you cannot submit to your man, you feel like you cannot trust him to lead you, you feel like you can't listen to him, you shouldn't even be with him. And that is on you. Right? As a queen, it's up to you to choose a worthy king. That is your responsibility. As a queen, quote unquote, as a woman, that is your responsibility to choose a righteous, rightful leader for the kingdom. So if you're looking with a man or you're dealing with a man who is not a reflection of somebody that you could submit to, that you should not listen to, be of service towards, be an asset to, and not a fucking liability towards, then that's a reflection upon you, sis. You didn't do that right. And a lot of you guys don't want to have that conversation. But let her do better. And again, there's nothing wrong with you wanting a certain lifestyle, but you have to be worthy. You have to be submissive. That's all I'm going to say. I love y'all. I respect you. Thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. Thank you again, Hutch, for your donation. He says, facts. I love y'all. I respect y'all. I appreciate you guys. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. We go live each and every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 6:30 p.m. Central. So make sure you guys hit the notification bell. Okay. That way you guys are notified when we go live in the future. All right. We have really dope discussions. May be uncomfortable, may piss you off, but it needs to be had, you know? And I'm going to keep having these conversations until we get it. Until I hear this message being widespread amongst women. Because again, there's no perk to being with us. A lot of us, there's no benefit. We have no real value, no real substance to being with us. So in order to get to that level to where we can get back to where, you know, we had solid marriages, healthy marriages like our grandfathers and grandmothers and great-greats, you know, that requires a certain message to be put out there. It requires us to do. the necessary things to make that possible. And us feeling like we're entitled is not going to get us there. All right. So I love you. I got to go in this kitchen and cook. My name is Anika Marie. Much love and peace.